Hi everyone, this week we are going to talk about the sub-chapter focusing on TLC, the thin layer chromatography. So what is it? A TLC is a method where you can separate liquid mixture. So for example, when you use a red ink, blue ink, and a green ink to make into a purple ink, after going through TLC, it will show that this purple ink is made of red ink, green ink, and blue ink. How does it work? Alright, so this method is used in identifying coloring agent or identifying ink or dye. So this method will first use a powder-coated plastic plate. So for example, in this one, what do we need to do next? We have to draw a pencil line on it. After that, put the sample and the reference material on the pencil line. But take note, this reference material will come from what you think the sample will consist. So let's say if you think the sample contains A, B, C, you'll put the reference material A, B, and C. But if you think D, E, F, you'll put a D, E, F. Alright, with this sample and reference material on the pencil line, you will have to then place the plate in a specific solvent. This solvent you will identify yourself as well. And for different experiment, you will use a different solvent. But you must take note, always make sure the pencil line must be above the solvent. Because how it works is, this plate will absorb the solvent and the sample and reference materials will dissolve in the solvent and move along with it. And if you immerse the plate too low, where the pencil line is already in the solvent, all of your reference materials and your sample will just dissolve in the solution and you will get nothing. Alright, so once the plate is in the solvent, this plate will absorb the solvent and the solvent will move up until you reach a solvent line. And you can decide how far you want the solvent front to be. So as you can see here, all of your samples and the reference materials have moved a certain distance. And then now I will teach you how to analyze the TLC. Okay, take note, the first step. You have to measure the distance between the pencil line and the solvent front. Alright, and the next step, you are going to measure the distance each point has traveled. So each point from the sample you measure, and each point from the reference material you have to measure as well. So let's say I have identified the first one traveled 3 cm, the green one traveled 5 cm, and the black one traveled 9 cm. As for the reference material, it traveled 3 cm, 7 cm, and 5 cm. So now you have to obtain the RF value. To make it easy, it's actually like a percentage. What does it mean? It means if you are in a 100-meter race and you only run 50 meter, you're at 0.5. You're at 50%. So your RF value is 0.5. So in this case, your total distance is 10 cm. Which means if you stop your solvent front at 5 cm, your reference material A will travel only 1.5 cm. Your reference material B is 3.5 and your C will be 2.5. So basically that percentage. Alright, so to calculate all of the RF value, your A will come with a RF value of 0.3. Your B will be 7 divided by 10, you get 0.7. Your C will be 5 divided by the total 10 cm, you get 0.5. Okay, as for the sample there, the point traveled 3 cm will be 0.3, the next one will be 0.5, and the last one, the black one, is 0.9. Alright, so what you have to do now is, you have to take note, your 0.3 align with your reference material A. The point C, green, align with the reference material C, both are 0.5. So you know that, oh, this ink actually contain reference material A and C, but not B. Okay, so what you have to know now, there is a D which is a 0.9. You will have to look through this in the reference material, because in the reference material they might have A, B, C all the way to Z or even more than that. So from there you can compare the RF value, then you can see 0.9. Maybe you see 0.9 align with G, H, and I, and then you can repeat your experiment using A, C, G, H, I. And from there you can roughly see what are the materials actually exist inside. Okay, we have come to the end of this video. If you are interested to understand the main points and even highlights for each of the chapter, feel free to subscribe for more videos. At the same time, you can follow me on this platform to get my free notes and reach out for online lessons. See you soon, bye bye.